What's going on, everyone? Welcome to my casa. We are at my house and we're gonna do some meal prepping. So for me, throughout the week, I typically like to prepare on the weekends for a few days ahead. And the reason being is that I work a full-time job outside of bodybuilding also. So most of you can relate. Yeah, I'm just gonna show you what I eat throughout my day, how I prep my food, and it's pretty simple, but let's get to it and I'll show you. So first, I have prepared some tilapia right here. I know it looks funny. Usually it comes in a bag like this, which is a 4-pound bag. Go to the grocery store. I usually grab a bunch of these and then have it stocked in my freezer because you get through fish really fast. But I pre-prepped some of it. What I did was wrap it in foil, but originally I had rinsed down the tilapia and then patted it with paper towel so that fishy taste doesn't stick around too much. So here I have my fish ready. Quick little spray of Pam so it doesn't stick. And the thing about me is I'm a very much like clean as you go type of guy, so I don't like to have a lot of mess left over after I'm done. So you're gonna see me like packing things away or cleaning things away while I meal prep and make sure that we don't have a lot of things lingering. So as far as seasoning goes, we are gonna just pull some stuff out from the pantry. Now, during prep, there is one seasoning that I really did enjoy start using for my tilapia, which is this Ragin' Cajun seasoning. It's fairly, I don't want to say low sodium, but it is lower sodium than most seasonings out there, so I use this Ragin' Cajun. Honestly, as far as sodium goes, it really doesn't make sense for me to calculate too much of it while I'm in off season, just because sodium's something that I play with more once I get closer to a show. So I'm really not conscious about it, but if I can get a little less sodium, I don't mind it. So I'm gonna spray a little bit more Pam on top just so everything sticks. Put some lemon on my fish because that always tastes good. So I got my seasoning right here. You can be pretty generous with the amounts. You don't have to be shy. You know, when I was in college back in the day, like I didn't know how to cook anything at all. Not saying I know how to cook stuff now, but I didn't know how to cook anything at all. And when I would season stuff, I would be so I would be so conscious about how much I'm putting on, thinking I'm gonna make the food super salty. So all my food used to come out bland, but remember, more is better. So the oven is preheating at 400. What I'm gonna do is put these in for just baking it for about 15 minutes or so. And while that's going and all this is getting prepped, I am gonna get my broccoli ready, which I'm gonna use the air fryer for, but that air fryer is actually also an oven and a broiler and all that stuff, so we can use that. We are gonna get the broccoli ready. We don't eat a lot of vegetables, but sometimes I do because my fiance makes them for me, and that's really only when I eat it, but I do drink my fruits and greens, so I think that makes up for it. At least I do in my own head. So as far as my game plan goes, as I get ready for the Olympia, after our last show we had the conversation, there's really not much to change except for, of course, consistently working on my back and trying to open up those lats and get them bigger. So that's really what we're gonna focus on. This prep as I lead up to the Olympia, I am gonna have very lat specific focused days. So typically I have 2 back workouts a week. I'm gonna break that up into a very lat specific workout, and then the other day is gonna be for the rest of the back. And so that's how we're really gonna do it. I don't need to get much bigger. I don't need to, you know, of course you can always be a little bit more conditioned. That's something you can always chase, but so that, and also just growing my back. So nothing's changing. Right now, I'm in kind of a rest mode where post-show, we're not going too crazy, but still gonna try and take in as much good food as possible. So my calories actually not my calories, because I mainly go by macros. My macro ranges are gonna be roughly around like 230 to 250 grams of protein. My carbs are going to be consistently at 200 grams, and then we'll have some high carbs thrown in there here and there. And then my fats are gonna be at 50, since that's generally where I keep it, whether I am prepping or if I'm in off season. So we're super excited to get ready for the O. My teammate actually just qualified. He's a Dark Sport teammate and Team Zero Gravity teammate. He just qualified yesterday, so we're super stoked to get back there and represent. The meal prep will normally last me for like 3 days. Sometimes 4 if I add more, which it should, because I am making some red meat too.
How's the nutrition and everything?
Good.
Working?
Just busy. Like, which I like, you know, when you have a role where you're so busy that the time goes by quick and you feel super productive after you're done. So yeah, no, I enjoy it a lot, which is significantly better than my last role, where I was just like, my goodness, like, when's the steak gonna end? I have this pretty cool little tool in here. This is our pantry, but this is how I get my rice right here. With this machine, you just push it in.
That's cool. Where'd you get that from?
Got this from Amazon, actually.
Oh.
Yeah. Back at home, my parents always used to have this giant, probably about yay high, like a dispenser, and it would just dispense rice. This is like the mini version of it, but got about 3.5 cups in here. Got my rice cooker here. Pour that in there. I used to have a friend, or I do have a friend, and we were all hanging out one night, and we found out that he never rinses his rice, and we were all so shocked. So make sure you rinse your rice. It's very important. As you can see, this water is pretty murky and brown, so I probably overdo it. I rinse it so much, and I want to make sure that everything's clean and clear, so I rinse this about maybe like 6 times at least.
He's still your friend?
Oh yeah, he's still my friend. We were all just very surprised and made sure, you know, he started rinsing his rice after. It speaks Korean.
The spaceship.
All right.
What is it saying?
I honestly have no idea. I can understand bits and pieces of it enough to utilize it. We have the rice going, the tilapia going, we have the broccoli going. That's basically almost everything, except I am also going to cook some ground beef. This is some 93.7 grass-fed ground beef from HEB, which is our very popular grocery store here in Texas. So I am gonna make this on the stove. Okay, shout out to Gordon Ramsay. These are hex-clad Gordon Ramsay pans. My fiance really wanted to get those, and we did. And so, as far as like if you're into cooking a lot at home, those are an investment. Those are actually really nice. Nothing really sticks on it ever. So typically during, when I'm closer to a show, I'll use, like, if I even have red meat or ground beef, I'll do the 97.3, but this is the 93.7 since I'm still further away from a show and I don't have to worry about, you know, slower digesting meat or anything like that, slower digesting protein. I can have a little bit more fats coming from my proteins. The red meat is gonna be roughly, I'm gonna put 6 ounces per container, which should be roughly around like 50 to 51 grams of protein. and around like 9 grams of fat. The tilapia, I'll put 6 ounces in per container, which will be roughly around 35 grams of protein off the top of my head. I'm blanking right now, but I'll double check that and make sure. Gonna have my rice stay in the rice cooker because I like it to be fresh. I'll put that in the morning before I go to work and just make sure I have everything. All right, so the red meat is finished. I actually went a little over, slightly over 6 ounces, nothing major, but it was enough to make 2 meals, and I am fine with that. While we're meal prepping, I did get my package from Rule 1 in. They're my supplement sponsor, and I wanted to share with you guys what I got in my package this month. I actually forgot everything that I ordered, so I'm excited to see what I actually ordered. And typically, I don't get 2 boxes. Usually get in one big box, something around the size of each one like this, so I wonder if they sent me anything extra. We'll see, but who knows. So I got a hat. I did order that. I ordered another backpack because I wore my last one to death. A couple of shaker cups because you can never have enough. And I don't know if it's the heat in Houston, but I left the shaker cup in the car the other day and the lid literally like broke off. It could be a Houston thing, could be not, but got some glutamine, got some collagen, got some more fruits and greens, except this is a smaller one. I got this giant bag of Gainer. I thought if for some reason I couldn't get my calories in during a certain day, and if I have a high carb day, this could come in handy. Got my favorite protein, the Rule 1 whey protein chocolate peanut butter, my favorite flavor. I drink that every morning, and that is the broccoli right now. And then cookies and cream. See, I told you I forgot what I ordered. So, oh, this is new. So they did send me a couple extra stuff. Rule 1 protein bars. These were out of stock for forever, but they sent me a salted caramel crunch, peanut butter, chocolate, or a fudgy brownie flavor, and also a birthday cake. I'm excited to try these. And then of course, they also send me samples a lot, so got these. All right, and this is my order from Rule 1. So I am pleasantly surprised. Did end up getting a lot more extra stuff than I expected with these protein bars. And of course, gotta have protein. Of course, gotta have shaker cups. And so these are the essentials that I do use on a daily basis. Tilapia is done, gonna get these out. I'll leave this right here on the countertop. So same thing with the tilapia like I did with the ground beef. We're gonna do 6 ounces with these. Basically, as far as meal prepping goes, the entire concept behind it goes consistent along with everything else in bodybuilding. Whereas you do everything consistently and you know, it might not seem glorious, but everything does lead to a result of what you're trying to achieve. And so even meal prepping, if you think about it, you know, don't think about it like, oh my gosh, I have to meal prep, this is so much work. Just understand that it leads to a certain goal. So I talked about this in one of my last videos, thinking about goal fusion. So if you have a hard time meal prepping, just keep in mind that if your goal is to step on stage and win first place, meal prepping, that is your mission that day. Just say, all right, I'm gonna win first place by doing the best meal prep that I've done today, or that I've ever done. And so just kind of fuse those goals together, whether it's meal prepping or doing a workout. Just have that idea that it all it all meshes in with what you're trying to do overall. So there's a mission behind it. Finally, as I had planned, I was thinking for some reason I was making 2 bags of tilapia in my head. I was just talking with Armand behind the camera, like I was sick for the last few days and all of a sudden I feel like I have peak week brain and I just can't think. I thought I was so smart getting my fish ready and everything, and I didn't even get the right amount ready. So right here, these are all 6 ounces. So we've got 2 meals with ground beef, and then we've got 9 meals of tilapia. So this should last me a good roughly 3 days, probably, yeah, 3 days. And then of course I'll have other things to eat throughout the day with my snacks and things like that, as far as like protein shakes go. Of course, because I'm not in peak week, I allow myself to have protein shakes throughout the entire process. Like I showed you before in my unboxing video of my supplements, I do have that chocolate peanut butter shake almost every day, and that'll be my quick snack on the go to the office, and then I'll have an actual meal not too long after that. So I have to make sure I have my meals ready, or I won't have anything to eat in the office, and I just have to order myself a salad or something because I want to keep the calories a little cleaner. As far as the broccoli goes, I don't have like a specific way of just winging it. I just eye it. And then this is a good way for me to make sure I have some actual greens in my meals instead of just the greens and fruits powder. So yeah, it won't be in every meal, but at least I'll have eaten some vegetables. All right, so that is my meal prep. I'm ready for the next few days. The rice literally just finished, so you can take a look at it. And like I said, I will be packing in my rice with my meals as I go along. So I have fresh rice in my containers before I leave. And it's pretty simple, not too much going into it, just tilapia, ground beef, broccoli, and mostly generic seasoning that you find in most of your pantry. So not complicated at all. I'm ready to go, ready for the next few days of work and training and all of that. So that's it. See you guys later.